Mother?
Ethan, good morning.
Early game?
Lesson. The continual pursuit of the perfect serve.
Well, why are you taking lessons here at the country club? We have 6 courts at home, not to mention the 2 indoors.
The grass is being resodded, and it's too lovely to play indoors. I thought you were supposed to be in court to defend Sheridan.
I am, but Father asked me to meet him here first.
Good heavens,
Why did
Julian.
I have to read in the paper that my sister spent the night in jail and she's scheduled for a court hearing today? Sheridan Crane to face the judge.
Father, you knew Sheridan was arrested for hitting that police car when she returned from Paris.
But I did not want the whole world to know, and every charge against her is listed. Listen, destroying police property, reckless driving, resisting arrest. This is not the type of image we paid public relations a fortune to project about the Crane family.
Calm down, Father. You're going to have a coronary.
Oh, do go on, Julian.
I will see if I can get the media to pull back on the story.
No, you make sure that they do. Now, about these charges.
I have a plan to get Sheridan off. Our friend, Officer Lopez Fitzgerald, was the arresting officer. He has a personal issue with her because she's a Crane. I will personally tear him apart in court. Trust me, the charges will be dropped.
Lopez Fitzgerald, the same cop who came to the house about the gunshots, our housekeeper Pilar's son.
That's right. I still don't know what really happened that night.
Don't shoot me, Mrs. Crane! Please don't shoot me! I warned you, Julian. I warned you about flaunting your mistresses in my face. But you crossed the line this time with the maid in my house. Never again. You killed Mr. Crane!
You missed, Ivy.
I wouldn't waste good bullets on you, Julian. They were blanks. Oh, stop sniveling, Suzanne, and start packing. I want you out of here in 5 minutes. Oh, and don't come back. You're fired. One more thing, Suzanne. If you ever repeat what happened here tonight to anyone, I will come after you with real bullets.
I told you, Ethan, the fool was mistaken.
The gunshot he heard was coming from a radio program.
I know that's what you said, but...
Ivy, I want you to fire Pilar.
Oh, Julian, please don't go into this again. I've told you before, I won't allow it. Her loyalty is unquestionable.
How could a loyal servant allow her son to attack us?
She's been with the family for years. She works for me. She stays.
Father, there's no need to fire Pilar. I've already told you, after today, Luis won't be a problem.
Oh, and why not?
Last night, Sheridan and I stopped by Pilar's birthday party. He kissed her and then danced with her.
What?
Louise and Sheridan?
That's right. And today I'm going to put him on the stand and accuse him of sexual harassment.
Are you telling us that this Luis forced himself on my sister Sheridan?
That's incredible.
I didn't say he forced himself. Actually, Luis was blindfolded. He had just hit a piñata. It was part of their birthday celebration. But he claims he didn't know it was Sheridan who he grabbed and kissed.
So it could have all been a misunderstanding.
Yes, but I might still be able to use it to show bias for sexual harassment.
No. I absolutely forbid that.
Why?
Can't you just see the headlines, cop and Crane Harrison steamy clinch? No. I will not hand the tabloids their weekly feast.
But it's the best way to get the charges dropped.
Forget it, Ethan. We don't want the press or the police becoming too interested in Sheridan or her past. Do we, Ivy?
No.
What did happen that night all those years ago? No one ever told me the details.
There's no reason you should know the details. Father took care of Sheridan's past. Now we just don't want Sheridan drawing attention to herself. We don't want the police to start digging into the past.
Sheridan should never come back to Harmony.
This is her home, Mother. This is where she belongs, with her family.
Now, Ethan, no one in the family will break the code of silence. We're the only ones that know. If we want to keep it that way, I want you to drop your strategy and come up with another.
All right, I won't use the sexual harassment. We did buy the city a new police car to replace the one Sheridan demolished. Most likely she'll just get a fine.
Well, we can afford a fine. We cannot afford the police snooping into the past.
There's Frank.
Who?
Frank Lomax. She's the private investigator who's looking for that girl that's stalking Ethan.
I want to see if he's had any luck tracking her down. Excuse me.
It's time Ethan learned how we Cranes take care of things in this town privately.
What are you up to?
I'm going to teach that tin badge Lopez Fitzgerald a lesson. He'll learn not to cross the Cranes. We certainly don't want Sheridan's past investigated, do we?
No.
This is Julian Crane. Give me the mayor. Walter. Yes, fine. Listen, there's a very delicate matter I would like to bring to your attention, Walter. It concerns my sister Sheridan and a Harmony police officer who's sexually harassing her. Understand my position. I know you certainly don't condone this sort of act.
I'm looking for my nephew, Ethan Crane. Have you seen him?
He was with Mr. and Mrs. Crane earlier.
I doubt if any of the members will recognize her, but I want you to show them the sketch anyway.
Hey, you got it, Ethan.
Ethan! Over here.
Sheridan, good morning.
Good morning.
So, crashed any cop cars today?
No, but the day is still young. So, Counselor, what is our strategy in court today?
Well, unfortunately, I am being forced to make some last-minute changes in my strategy.
Being forced by whom?
My father, your brother, won't let me use the defense I had planned.
What defense were you planning to use?
I was going to put Luis on the stand and accuse him of sexual harassment.
You what?
Sheridan, he grabbed you and kissed you, and then he insisted you dance with him.
He didn't insist. It was hardly sexual harassment.
I know, but we might be able to make the judge think it was.
No, I agree with Julian. Don't attack Luis on that.
You agree with your brother? This is a first. I mean, can you tell me why?
Well, it was a mistake, one that I'm sure Luis regrets.
Okay, but I have to tell you, there isn't any other defense for you. And everything depends on the arresting officer, Luis, and the picture he paints on the stand of you in the accident.
I think Luis will go easy on me.
And why would you think that?
Call it feminine intuition.
That's right, Walter. I want Lopez Fitzgerald off the case. Good. You see that it happens. That should take care of old Luis and help Ethan with the case.
What about the press?
Merrill, make sure there's no coverage. Luis Lopez Fitzgerald now knows exactly who runs this town.
I don't know, Julian. Luis doesn't strike me as someone who's so easily controlled.
Oh, sure he will. Eventually they're all controlled, just as Luis's boss, Sam Bennett, will be.
Well, I have to get to my lesson.
How was the tennis lesson?
Fabulous.
Good.
I'm really impressed with my new instructor, a young girl named Whitney.
Oh, she must be very good for you to be impressed.
She's terrific. She's a local girl. And she's a minority, too, and I think she's going to be a huge star someday.
Really? The company could use some good PR, especially right now with any flack we might get over Sheridan's arrest. Maybe we should sponsor her.
It's an excellent idea, Julian. Well, you seem to be in a better mood.
Well, I am now that I know that the mayor's going to take care of that cop.
Aren't you a little worried about Sheridan?
No, why should I be?
Because I think she's going to be a little upset when she finds out that you filed that complaint under her name.
Oh, Whitney. Whitney, come here. I'd like you to meet my husband, Julian Crane.
Oh, hi,
Hello,
Mr.
Whitney.
Crane.
My wife tells me you're quite good enough to be a star someday.
Well, thank
Like you, my goal is to win the gold medal at the Olympics and then turn pro.
Perhaps the Wimbledon trophy someday?
That's next.
I admire your determination. You know, Crane Industries may be interested in becoming a corporate sponsor.
Well, that would be wonderful.
You are an excellent player. You must have just a terrific coach.
Yes, my father.
Really? Well, why don't you have your father call my office and he and I can discuss the details.
I will. Thank you. Oh, he's here right now. Excuse me. Daddy, what are you doing here?
I thought it was time.
Well, you're never going to guess what I'm going to tell you. I just got offered a corporate sponsorship.
Sweetheart, that's fantastic.
Come on, I'll introduce you right now, okay?
Here she comes with her father.
Well, I've heard good things about your coach.
Thanks for the offer, Mr. Crane. But my daughter doesn't need your corporate sponsorship.
I don't understand, Daddy. This morning you said you wished we could find a corporate sponsor, and now you turned down Crane Industries.
Sweetheart, I've been thinking about it since we spoke this morning. And you're not ready for a corporate sponsor just yet.
But why? It would make things so much easier for you.
Don't worry about me. Right now, you need to be free from any obligations. Later on, when your career gets more established, you'll have your pick of corporate sponsors. Then we'll choose the best one for you then.
Why were you so startled when you saw Whitney's father?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, don't play games with me, Julian. I saw the way you reacted when you saw him. You became tense, almost hostile. Why?
You don't know what you're saying. Drop it, Ivy.